It's 4 in the morning. The city is cloaked in silence. The world is deep in sleep. But for Commando Ion, the day has already begun. For him, fitness isn't just a routine. It's not something you do for an hour and then forget. It is a way of life, a philosophy etched into his very being. His world awakens, not with the gentle rays of the sun, but with the rhythmic pound of his feet against the pavement. Every single day starts with a 10-kilometer run. The cool pride on air fills his lungs, a stark contrast to the fire building within his muscles. But the run is just the warm-up, the overture to a symphony of exertion. After the run, the real work begins. He moves with a practiced, relentless rhythm, push-ups, one after another, his chest nearly grazing the cold, hard ground. His arms tremble, but he pushes through. Then, it's over to the pull-up bar. He hoists his body up, his back muscles screaming in protest, fighting against the pull of gravity. He doesn't count the reps anymore. He just goes until he can't possibly do another. Then come the burpees, a full-body explosion of energy that sends his heart rate soaring, down to the ground, chest to the floor, then explode back up, a jump towards the sky, and back down again. It's a grueling, repetitive motion designed to break you. And just when you think you have nothing left, there's the rope. Thick, coarse, and unforgiving. It hangs from the ceiling like a challenge. And over end he climbs, his grip burning, his muscles screaming for mercy. Pain is a constant companion, an old friend. Through the haze of exhaustion, a voice cuts through the air, sharp and unwavering. It's his instructor. A commando does not quit. He bellows. He either wins or he learns. There is no other option. Every word is a hammer blow, forging will out of weakness. Ion's body is a chorus of protest. Every muscle fiber begs him to stop, to just lie down and let the exhaustion win. It would be so easy, but in the quiet recesses of his mind, a different voice whispers, a mantra he has repeated to himself 1,000 times. Pain is temporary, weakness is permanent. This simple phrase is his anchor, his North Star. He closes his eyes, takes a deep breath, and pushes out one more rep, and then another. This is the daily ritual, the furnace where ordinary men are tempered into something more. But the true test, the real forge, lies beyond the training ground. It lies in the wild, untamed jungle. One day, deep into their training cycle, the challenge escalated to a level that felt almost inhuman. Jungle training. It was designed to be brutal, to strip away everything but your absolute core. They were dropped into the dense, suffocating wilderness with heavy backpacks that felt like they were filled with lead. Food was scarce, a few meager rations meant to last for days. Water was even scarcer, a constant, gnawing thirst that clouded their thoughts. The jungle itself was an adversary. The oppressive humidity clung to them, sapping their strength. The terrain was treacherous, a relentless series of steep climbs and muddy descents. Days blurred into a monotonous cycle of marching, navigating, and surviving. The physical toll was immense, but the mental strain was even worse. Hope began to dwindle. Many trainees reached their breaking point. One by one, they gave up, defeated by the sheer overwhelming force of the jungle and their own exhaustion. They were good men, strong men, but the challenge was designed to find the absolute limit, and they had found theirs. Ion felt his own limit approaching. He stumbled, his legs giving way beneath him. He fell hard, his knees crashing against the rocky ground, sending a jolt of sharp pain through his body. Blood trickled down his shins, mixing with the mud and sweat. His vision blurred, the vibrant green of the jungle swirling into an indistinct haze. He lay there, gasping for breath, the metallic taste of blood and dirt in his mouth. For a moment, he thought about quitting. The thought was a siren's call, promising relief, promising an end to the suffering. He could just stay down. It would be over. But then, something shifted. He thought of the instructor's words. He thought of his own mantra. He looked at his hands, caked in mud. With a surge of defiance, he scooped up a handful of that wet earth and smeared it across his face, wiping away the sweat that stung his eyes. It was a primal, instinctive act, a declaration that he was part of this wild place, not a victim of it. He pushed himself up, his arms shaking, his knees screaming. He stood, unsteady but upright. In that moment of pure, unadulterated struggle, a profound realization dawned on him. He finally understood. Fitness, true commando fitness, is not just about the size of your muscles or how much you can lift. It's not about looking good in a mirror. That's just the surface. The real foundation is built on something far deeper. It's built on endurance, the ability to keep going when every part of you wants to stop. It's built on mental strength, unwavering resolve to silence the voice of doubt and fear. And it's built on discipline, the commitment to do what's necessary, day in and day out, regardless of how you feel. Muscles will fail you. Strength will fade, but a mind forged in discipline and an unbreakable will, that is what carries you through the darkest moments Mons passed. Months of pain, sweat, and relentless training. Each day was a new test, each challenge a new lesson. Ion and the few who remained were no longer the same men who had started this journey. They were leaner, harder, their eyes holding a quiet intensity that hadn't been there before. Finally, the final test arrived. It was the culmination of everything they had endured. A grueling, multi-day ordeal designed to push them beyond every conceivable limit. It was a blur of running, climbing, swimming, and navigating, all on minimal sleep and food. It was the final, brutal tempering in the forge. Ion moved like a machine, his body running on muscle memory and pure, unadulterated will. He didn't think, he just did. He pushed through the pain, through the exhaustion, through the mental fog. He remembered the feeling of falling in the jungle, the taste of mud, and the fire of his resolve. And then, he saw it. The finish line. It wasn't a grand affair, just a simple marker in the distance. He poured every last ounce of his remaining energy into a final sprint. As he crossed the line and collapsed to his knees, gasping for air, he looked up. His instructor was standing there, watching him. There was no shouting this time, no harsh commands. The instructor simply walked over, looked down at Ion, and gave a slow, deliberate nod. A nod of acknowledgement, of respect. "You are still now," the instructor said, his voice low and steady. Ion looked down at his own trembling hands, then back at the instructor. A slow smile spread across his face. It wasn't a smile of arrogance or pride, but a smile of deep, quiet understanding. He finally knew the truth. Army Commando fitness isn't built in a gym with chrome weights and fancy machines. It's not sculpted by protein shakes or trendy workout plans. It's forged in the pre-dawn darkness on lonely roads and muddy trails. It's built in the mind, with discipline and an iron will, and it's cemented in the heart, with the courage to get back up every single time you fall. Thank you for watching. If this story inspired you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that pushes the limits. See ya in the next one.